Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Got the chat pulled up here. Okay. Today I'm sewing strips together. I have some 2.5 inch strips here. And I'm sewing them to make something. But I want to show y'all how I'm going to make it. So, we're right sides together. I'm making a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I have a stack of 2.5 inch strips cut from the quilt show, remember? I'm using those. I know I have some band rows somewhere too, but I'm going to use these for now. And you see that 1/4 inch seam is not a whole lot, so it won't mess with what I'm doing. I have to make a ton of these. Once I get them made, I'm turning them right side out. And I have one made, already made. Who I have here? Hello, the Confident Quilter. Hi, Gladys Paul. How you doing? I'm glad you could join me. I have one here about the width length of a bed or so. I'm making a quilt, but I'm making strips to do it. And it's going to be a small 1 inch when I'm done. And I have like different colors sewn together, which that's what I want. I'm trying to find my seam. I press my seam to mark my center. So I'm just working on some of these today. Not feeling my best, y'all. And I'm trimming off that edge. And I left enough on here in case I want to use it for something else. Give me another piece of this pretty yellow, goldish looking. I think my sinuses got my head hurting. If it ain't one thing, it's another one. And this is just a different style of making a quilt. But I'm showing y'all I'm using the scripts first. And when I get enough made, I'm going to come back and show y'all what I'm going to do with them. It was just an idea that come to me in my dreams. And I posted in the info sections of this video. You can, I find it very helpful having a AccuQuilt Go die cutter system. And I purchased mine through T Quilts. And I also listed tquilts.com in the comment section or in the info section where you can go to her, find her link, or message her, try to get you an AccuQuilt. I'm pretty sure she would appreciate it. She helped me get mine, and I love it. And but these strips here I got from the quilt show. I'd be so excited to go to them quilt shows. Uh-oh. Hi, June Hanson. How you doing? Hi, Kathy Quilson Crafts. How you doing? She said, hello, Miss Ellen. Hello. I feel weak again, y'all. I know the other week I was telling y'all I feel like I had noodle legs. I call them Roman noodle legs. My legs was so weak they be wobbly. My daughter laugh at me. Roman noodle legs. She be like, Mom, you're the only one that would describe it like that. I said, that's how I feel. That's good, June. You're doing good. I'm just making some strips from 2.5-inch strips. And it's gonna be another quilt I'm working on. But I wanna do it as a tutorial so I can show y'all how it's done. And right now these strips I'm making them as long or as wide as I think a bed would be, so it'll be enough to cover. And I'm ironing my seams open so they won't be an issue. They won't be in the way at all. I'm glad y'all could join me today. What's under y'all needle? What y'all working on? I know the holidays is fast approaching. Was just wondering what kind of goodies gonna be going on for the holiday season. Add one more. And these different color strips, gonna make this look so good. Excuse me, y'all. Didn't mean to burp. I've been feeling that way lately, y'all. Feeling like I'm just burping and I wake up not feeling good, nausea, sick on my stomach. But that's okay. Ain't nothing a little bit of Mountain Dew can't take care of. Yes, I said Mountain Dew. I have to drink a little Mountain Dew, y'all. To kind of make myself feel better. You know that Mountain Dew is about like eating the Chinese egg drop soup. Cleaning my sewing room. That's awesome, June. That is awesome. I need to do something around here with this one. I really do. Ooh, I'm gonna burn myself. This little iron good for those little small seams, y'all. Some people won't mind fooling with one, and some do. I think I need some more. I'm gonna put one more piece on here. It don't matter if I have too much. I can trim it away later. And that'll be a piece I already have done in case I want to make something else, like a tote bag. I've been making tote bags too lately from recycled blue jean fabric. And I still locks in my stitches. Ooh. Hi, Emily. She said, hi, Miss Ellen. Just seen you on a live. I hope you are feeling better soon. Thank you, Emily. I sure appreciate that because I feel terrible. I just keep pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself because When God bless me with the idea to do something, I try to go on and at least do a sample so I won't forget about it. I'm working on this. My nurse coming today too, so I got to keep my eyes out for her. Now, I have such a long piece and now I fold it right sides together and I sew a 1/4 inch seam, just 1/4 of an inch to close it in. Now this part I like. I can just go with it. Stop and line it up again. And my goal is to make, ooh, I'm gonna have to go back and check that when I'm done. I think I got off a little bit. But this the easy part, sewing it together like this. When I show y'all what I'm gonna do with it, y'all really gonna be surprised. And I've been feeling bad, y'all, and I do apologize for keep saying it, but I have some plans for this, and I want to share it with y'all. That way you remember you saw it here first. And it gonna remind you of another quilt I done as well. This just another way of doing it. June said, gotta go back to work. Hugs. Feel better soon. Thank you, June. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. All righty. This is gonna be so much fun. And then when I'm done with this one, my daughter tells me she wanna do one with me. So y'all, I'm about to have some fun over here. It's just sewing all these strips up, getting them sewn, and it probably would be quicker if I was using strips that has been cut with the fabrics, but these are more like scraps. These are used pieces that someone did I run out of thread or get caught on something? Okay. It just go to show you though, you can use whatever you have and make beautiful stuff with it. I mean beautiful. It take a little time, and there's another quilt show coming up in I think Bloomington, Indiana. And I've been talking to my daughter. I'm thinking about going to it. These quilt shows got me so going now till it's like, how can one happen and I not go to it? Oh, my phone is about to crash. I forgot to plug up the charger. Let me see, can I grab that charger out of here? I don't know why I forget to plug up that charger. All right. I got this little tote bag. I don't know if I showed it to y'all once before, but I really like this one. And no, I did not make this one. It was purchased from a vendor from one of the festivals I went to. I liked it so much. I was like, okay, I'm going to get this one. I can do this. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to have to lay it sideways. Oh, I still got my messages. And I had to go back and print off some documents, y'all. I don't want to show too much. Well, it's not that important. These some old documents from the nonprofit corporation I told y'all over, but I was thinking about adding my daughter. Oh, it's just a certificate. I want to show the certificate. There's a copy of the certificate. Let me put it back in the file because I'm sitting here. I done stopped doing what I'm trying to do. But I'm finished this piece. Let me see. I need to check my scenes. I did get off somewhere. They all look good. I guess I didn't do too bad. Okay, I got a little close in here, but it still sound pretty good. Still sound pretty good. See that little 1/4 inch seam allowance? I'm just using, excuse me, y'all, for a minute. Let me mute. My sinus bother me. Just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, but that went very well. Um, the seam did. So what I'm doing is I'm using a safety pin and ooh, clipping it in here like this. I just get it in there nice and strong. And then instead of using the head to go in first, I'm just reversing it like this into the tube and using it like that to turn my small tubes out. Hi, Martha. How you doing? She said, hey, Miss Ellen. I'm glad you're able to join me. And I'm making a lot of these tubes from 2.5 inch strips that was already pre-cut for me. This was one of the bag full I've got from the quilt show I went to. And they're basically scrap pieces. Some might be with the fabric, some might not be, but I didn't separate them. I'm just sewing because I'm trying to do a scrappy quilt, and the block's gonna come out about 1 inch. But I'm gonna show y'all how I'm gonna do it, and it might be very interesting to y'all when I start putting it together. So I'm probably gonna be down here a big part of the day trying to get some of these done and turned and ironed and pressed. And I have one here, kind of greenish, that I went on and sewed and ironed and pressed and got it on the right side and laying it aside. By them being so small, I'm gonna need a whole lot of them. Let's see. Okay, I ain't wanna miss nobody coming in. Y'all tell Miss Kathy I said hello if she ain't still in the room. Cause I know she got a live right now too. I mostly peep in sometime, drop in, say hello. I've been printing my patterns and stuff out. I had all kind of patterns saved in my phone, and I've been printing them out. And as I've been printing them out, I'm gonna go back over them and save them to my cloud. I save them to my cloud in case I want to reference back. I think that's how I lost my long star pattern. I didn't save it to my cloud. If I had saved it to my cloud, I would have had it. And I'm pulling on the seam line to get this turned like this, y'all. It just stretch on out. You do it easier when you can stretch it on out. And you see when I cross this connection point of the different colors, it didn't stop me. I can just go on, pull and see that connection point. It didn't stop me. It just passed on through. I just used this seam edge here to help me turn. And it take a little bit time to do it, but in the end, it's going to be well worth it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get this quilt done, but everybody understand the process of a 1-inch block. When I'm done, they're going to have weight to it. I know I haven't decided how big I want to make this. That's probably what I should have done. I'm always making everything big, but everything don't have to be big. I could do a wall hanging, which reminds me, I don't have but a few walls hanging. And I love to make my quilt tops, and I haven't got them quilted up yet, but that ain't stopping me. I just love to do what I love to do. I saw online, y'all. I think at Facebook Marketplace where somebody was they were selling a Cleopatra AccuQuilt die cutter, and it was reasonable. They had a few more in there too, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I'm like, now that's one I wouldn't mind having, that Cleopatra, because I could never get my Cleopatra block down. And to have the whole cutter, I think it'd have been better on me to understand, how to sew the blocks together. Now my fabric then started trying to ball up. Y'all see it? So now I catch this like this and I pull on it. It just helped turn them edges, turn it on in there. Now this is a project here. Once you sew the strips, You teach your grandchildren or your daughters or the kids how to do it, they'll be happy to help mom or grandmom turn her scripts. Get them ironed down. I iron mine with the little iron here, but I'm going to go back and starch these babies. I'm going to starch them and iron them, and I want to do it the right way, because once I get through making it into a quilt top, I want to go back and put a design on it, like an applique or something, and that's extra. But I want to show y'all how I'm doing it along the way. Share this with y'all, because you can come up with any idea and make a quilt out of it. You can come up, these days, you can come up with any idea and make a quilt out of it. And I got this idea kind of thinking of the issue at hand with what's going on with the world economy and the money and stuff. How I shared the video how these other countries trying to bring American dollar down to 0 cent. And I was like, I just don't feel like it's gonna happen, but y'all know anything is possible. Anything is possible. And then I learned on another video, the BRICS is using some of USA money to try to form this coalition. I'm like, how is that? How do people do stuff like that? They're gonna use your stuff against you. Anyway, I ain't gonna talk too much about that. It's just an idea, a thought. But I know as an American, America has peoples with a lot of talents, whether they are natural born American or just, dwells in this country as an American. And that's cool, because long as we all living over here and living together, we got to come up with something that gonna work. And not just work to hurt anybody, just work so everybody can really be happy. And I know I'm in my happy space when I'm sewing. I am. I am. Y'all can Google on YouTube. You can Google most stuff about the BRICS and stuff. And it'll explain to you just how it works. So that's the end of that. So what is the hardest quilt anybody has ever made on here? Anybody still with me? What is the hardest quilt you have ever made? My weather is bad outside too, if y'all can hear me. I just passed another joining. That's why I press those seams open, so when I cross that, it's flat. Well, as y'all might know from past experience, I found the Cleopatra quilt block really hard for me to make. And I don't understand why. I'm like, I understand the concepts. When you sewing your seams, you have to do the curves and you have to do that stuff precisely. But then once you sewing curves, you have to always remember, you have to take your little nips and snip the end of them fabrics with the little, I call them little dikes, little cuts in the seam, but not cut the thread. I got like half of the block done. But when it came to putting the other half together, it was a complete mystery. I was like, what piece did I sew together? It's a beautiful block to make. I'm starting another project, y'all, when I supposed to been getting through with the ones I already got going. But I've been working on the other ones little by little. My hand ain't got the strength I really need to turn this. Yeah, I get too much going on in here to stop me. There's one of these seam area where I joined two different fabrics. And this is real raw live how it's done. A lot of people don't want to show this. Be like, oh, that take too much time. I'm like, no, I'm trying to learn this. I want to see everything. It's like, don't hide nothing from me. Show me the whole works. So that's what I do. I show you all the works, even my mistakes. Okay. It's coming. It's gonna be some kind of quilt. Ooh-wee. I'm glad these some good seams in it. Okay. I'm probably stuck at another conjunction where I joined two different fabrics together. But that's okay. Anybody working on anything different? Anybody start on any holidays, gifts, or projects? Oh, wow. I used to use these scripts here, sew them all together, and then cross cut to show y'all how I do my poster stamps. So they'll come out at 1-inch blocks. But this here is a different way. And they're going to eliminate a lot of raw edges. And I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Okay. Now, using my little pad I got on my lap here, I'm going to remove the pen. Lay it over here. Get my ends out. And I'm going to start on this end since I had to turn it out. Now what I'm doing, I want to center this seam and press it down. And it's okay if it's not directly centered. I just want to press it down so it'll kind of square off my script. And I'm using this small iron and my lap over here to do it. That way I don't have to jump up and down. I have another little small iron I was wanting to show y'all and use it with y'all. But I probably done packed it down somewhere. Boxing everything up. Um Emily says, I agree. Cleopatra was hard for me too, and I used the AccuQuilt die as a sew along with T quilts. Some of the pieces were similar in shape and was a lot of ripping to correct them. Yes, I know. I was in that sew along with T quilts for the Cleopatra fan too, and I never got mine finished. I couldn't get not one block put together, okay? It was just that complicated to me a little bit. And I ain't ashamed to admit mine. I ripped and put it together and ripped, and I said, hold up, wait a minute. I was best friend with the seam ripper. So I said, I'm going to take a step back and try it again later. Ooh-wee. But it helps cutting these strips, get them ready. Since I had a pile here, I'm going to use them. And I don't have any certain colors I'm doing this as, so it's a scrappy one. Sometime when I'm done with the quilt and it's scrappy, that'd be the beautiful thing I ever seen. Um, okay. I'm just sitting here working these seams. Get this iron out, and I'll lay it to the side and I'll start on another one. But this is the process of making just one of these scripts. And I'm okay with that. I have projects I done started and stopped, but I'm gonna have some help, y'all. Y'all hear me say my daughter gonna be sewing with me? I'm excited for that one. I am so excited. I get her sewing, then my granddaughter gonna come on back in and help out a little bit. I like when the family come together and have something to do. I've been I've been kind of telling them, I'm like, how y'all gonna travel with me if I'm gonna travel? How y'all gonna do anything? Get out here and get to these quilt shows when you don't even want to take a stitch. And I guess they've been thinking about it and say, okay, mama, we ready. I'm shocked they ready, but I'm happy at the same time. Because I tell them, I'm not going to push it on you. It's when you get ready. Cause now I have two, excuse me. I have accumulated a few more sewing machines. So when I go, if I'm moving back home, I go back home, I can definitely begin sewing and design out my studio. I go back home, I'm planning on my studio being much bigger. And if I do get a camper or a RV or a school bus, that vehicle will be my sewing studio as well. That way, no matter where I go or where I travel, I can always sew. And that's what I want to do. I want to be happy no matter where I'm at. I have a lot of others that I love to meet and get with, a lot of others. My dream is to travel to Canada. I would love to go to Canada just to see how it look. Only because of the fact that I had a brother used to live over there. And I forgot what part he was living in, but I do know somewhere I have some nieces, maybe a nephew over there somewhere. Um, okay, I'm checking my message. I don't want to miss anyone. While I'm got my head down, so ironing with this small iron, y'all. This small iron helps me take my time and ooh, that burned. I let it set a little bit too long. But getting these strips ironed just right so it'll be flat looking. Take a little time. If y'all interested in doing what I'm doing, go ahead and pull out your scrap strips and sew them together. They 2.5 inches strips. So right sides together, make them long as your bed. You can label them lengthwise, and you can label the other section widthwise if you choose to do so. Hi, Miss Betty Harris. How you doing? She said, I got on late. What you making? I'm sewing strips to make a quilt with. I'm doing 2.5 inch strips, and I'm sewing right sides together, making them long so I can do a quilt. It probably come up in the next video. I get enough of these to start it off. And my blocks on it gonna be 1 inch blocks. Oh, that was something about Russia. I'm sorry. I should have read that, but it got past me. I'll go back later. But I sure appreciate y'all coming in and being with me today. Do my live for today. Y'all see I got it pressed. This is the seam right in here. It ain't exactly centered, but I have it pressed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end. Ooh. And put it with this other end. And see, can I scratch? My little pad falls down. I need that. I need to get it where I can find my center point. And you see how my yellow and green come together, but that center point is right there. What I do is I'm holding this center point and I take the iron and press a crease in that center point, which will tell me that's my center. If I can do it without burning myself. That's why I want to go back and starch them later. But this is number 2. And I have a lot of them to get done. You know, I think I'm going to have to make me a hook to hang my strips on. Had to grab that right quick. Okay, now I'm going to pull out some more colors since this is going to be a scrappy quilt. And y'all see they already in the bag, bagged up. Let me try some blue. What is this? This is pretty. It has some blue in it. One. Okay. Maybe take that blue. I see some more blue, lighter blue. It's pretty. I mean, I'm going to have a ton of it to sew together before it's all over with. Just pick out a few strips and take a go with it. See, it's not width the fabric, but it's like about half width. But I can take 2 of these if this is what I choose to do, and I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna show y'all. Okay, this looks like the whole width of fabric. I'll put that on the one. Oh, I don't have any more. Oh no. Come here, you. Guess I'll be using this one. And let me add some of this colorful blue here. I have to look at both sides of this fabric, y'all. I got my eyes checked and I need new glasses. I kind of thought I did when I was having some issues threading the needle not too long ago. And y'all know I used that little silver dime threader. Okay, these some pretty colors. Look at that. I'm going to iron this seam open using my little tiny iron here, which is perfect for these little small seams. I have a small ironing board that I use for my smaller iron, and I even use my big iron with it sometime, but I've been thinking I need to change my iron. I want to get me one of those steamers, one of those steaming iron. And it seems like when you press something and it got steam in it, it just lay over so good, so well. I'm going to put this other piece, blue, on here. Using a 1/4 inch. Sew it together. And if y'all are really curious about what I'm going to make, consider subscribing if you're not subscribed to my channel. And join me when you see my notification to go live. Because I will be working on this. And y'all know when I'm really into something, I'm working on it behind the scenes as well. But before I start getting into working on it behind the scenes, I want to show y'all how it is done. Okay? So I need enough of these before I can get started to show y'all. So I'll probably start on the next, oh no, video. Hope that didn't interrupt my signal. Emily said, can't wait to see what your quilting will look like, what my quilt will look like. I know. I don't have no idea what it's going to look like myself. But can't wait to see it. Okay, I need some more onto this. Let me put some, this blue, darker blue here on here. I just want to make sure I have it plenty long enough, whether I use my strips on the width or use them on the length. Save my little pieces. I have enough stuff around here to be sewing every day, but I'm trying to use this as ways to teach the younger generation instead of me just sewing it up, on stuff I want to make. But this right here is something I purchased just for a project. I love to teach just whoever wants to learn. I feel like if it gives me all the joy that I have when I'm sewing, I want others to have that joy. If I can share it, I'll share it. And I don't charge anybody anything for learning. I have seen some beautiful, beautiful, extraordinarily beautiful quilt patterns. Beautiful quilt patterns. And I don't mind getting in there, but somebody really opened my eyes to a fact. Now everybody love the sewing, it love the quilt, and they don't want to pay full price for the kits and patterns. So I'm gonna pass on my tip what they gave me to y'all. They told me it's awesome, just save your money. Black Friday is coming, and I was like, I was like, Black Friday? They wait and say they money for Black Friday? Yeah, to get everything at least half off. I said, wow. Why did I think of that sooner? That makes you kind of wonder, will AccuQuilt have a Black Friday sale? I'm pretty sure they will. I wouldn't mind if I had my little change. I wouldn't mind getting the AccuQuilt electric go cutter. The reason I would love to have the electric is because I think I need it. Sometime turning that crank with this hand, and I had surgery on that wrist. Nothing nice. Nothing nice at all. But it'll get the job done. If it's something I really, really want, I just get the job done. And when I stop and pause like this, I'm taking time to fold my fabric right sides together and to make sure they're lining up. It's so easy, don't it? Seems like I should just stop and just sew a bunch of scripts up like this and wait till the night and take them upstairs with me and flip them all on the right side. Hello, Betty Harris. I read that. Emily says, can't wait to see what you are quilting, what it will look like. Thank you, Donnell Stitchery. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome in, Donnell Stitchery. Welcome in. What you working on today? I'm so glad to have you. Hello, Eva. I'm sorry. She said, hello, Miss Ellen. Hello, hello. I'm so glad to have you. I'm sewing these scripts here together to turn them into a quilt. And I can't wait to show y'all what I'm finna do with them. I mean, I'm surprised ain't nobody thought to do it sooner. I've been recycling blue jeans, making tote bags and stuff from them, and I seen a beautiful table runner made from blue jean recycling. And that was sure enough beautiful to me. My phone is shut down, y'all, so I guess it needs to charge. I let it just sit and charge and see, can I read these? Hello, hello. Donnell Stitchery said, unfortunately, just listening while I am working. Cannot wait to get into my space at 5 p.m. That's what's up. My sewing space is in my basement. And if I decided to move from here, my next sewing stays, Lord help me, my next sewing space will be a building that I convert into my studio. And then I will also, I don't know, I'm thinking of getting, excuse me, I'm thinking of getting a bus or a RV, like one of those Class A RVs. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Mm, that was getting to me there. But I have seen the times, y'all. Just like I'm working this and I want to show y'all how it works. I'm the kind of person that would sit up over half of the night sewing, trying to get a project done. So I got this one done. What I'm gonna do now, y'all, I'm gonna lay this aside and sew some more together, and I can just take them up when I have enough done, push back or something, and sew something else. To get enough of these strips did like that so I can just take my time and turn them all to the right side. Putting right sides together here. Excuse me. Betty Harris says, I put my quilt aside for a while, making fall wreaths right now. That's awesome. That is good. I looked at the wreaths one day in the craft section of Walmart. I don't make wreaths, but I like them. That's why I keep telling everybody America has so many talented people. So many. You have some that can master cut like parts for cars out of they circuit and stuff. You have some. I remember when I was younger how me and my brother used to make gaskets and stuff for the vehicles around the house out of cardboard box. It might sound funny, but yes, we used to make gaskets out of cardboard box, and it used to work. It used to work. It used to hold up and work. A lot of people didn't think it'll work, but it'll work. Now that's something I have done myself. Um, I do small electrical work myself too. Small stuff like turning a light into a lamp or different stuff. It depends on what it is. If it's something serious, then I don't get into it that deep. That's like another rabbit hole I ain't ready to jump into. But yes, I have fun. I just go for what I know. And I don't claim to know everything, y'all. I just like having fun. Having fun and do what I like to do. Yes. But I'm so very interested in going to Canada. Look like it'll be summertime before I go or get to go if I do get blessed. Because I don't want none of that winter. All that winter they can have for themselves. I don't want none of that. I don't know if I can live through their winters. I have a brother live up further up north from Indiana, and he lived further up about 3 hours away from here. And he tried to get me to move there, and I said, no way. It's cold enough where I'm at. I be asking him, I don't see how you live up here. It's so cold. How you gonna walk? You can't walk to no store in that kind of weather. If you do, you weather burnt, cold burnt. Um, Eva says, I'm finishing up two quilts that I started a while ago. I have to take apart a quilt that my long arm messed up the tension wasn't right. That's my next project on my list. Well, good luck with that, Evil, because I know about them eyelashes. They'll get you every time. They will definitely get you. I had to do that a couple times. That's when I first started trying to free motion quilt. I had to take stuff or lose, pop stuff or lose. It just wasn't seeming to work for me. I had to get it loose. Y'all see I got these small pieces here? I be showing y'all because you don't have to go out and spend a ton of money on a ton of fabric when you can purchase up scraps. You can look up Facebook Marketplace and buy scrap fabric for sometimes you can find something for a little nothing. I say a little or nothing, but it costs something. And then if you got to have it shipped to you, you have to really see do the person, is they able to ship it? Because sometimes somebody's selling something where, they help stop them from sewing or something, and they just want to get rid of the stuff to somebody that they know will use it. Create something beautiful with it. And on these scripts, I forgot to tell y'all, I'm using 2.5-inch strips, but to make this quilt, you can really use any size strips you want to use. You can use a 5-inch strip, a 3-inch strip. You can use a 10-inch strip if you want to. It's just fun in this whole process. And when I show you exactly what it's going to be, you're going to be like, oh my word. It is so easy. If I had my little change, I'd have purchased some more fabric. I'm going to start cutting some more stuff after a while because I do visit the thrift store around here. And I would take thrift store purchase fabric, and some of that fabric be some good fabric. I saw some gingham on the shelf, y'all. And when I saw gingham, I'm like, that fabric remind me of some fabric I used a long time ago making a quilt. I'm not an all cotton kind of person, but when I'm making a cotton quilt, I put all cotton in that quilt. If I'm making a quilt mixed with cotton and knits or something, then I will blend it with cotton and knits. But first, I'm going to have to fix that knit where it won't warp or stretch by fusing the back with some heat and bond or heat and bond light, or I can fuse it with some interfacing that fuses to it, or I forgot the other stuff, but you can fuse it where it won't stretch out of proportion. And just have a ball. Have a ball. Y'all see, I'm trying to get these strips real long. Let me see if I can find one more piece I can add on here. Oh, that's okay. I put the same color on here. I definitely need those new eyeglasses, y'all. The doctor was checking my eyes. Can you read the smallest line? Can you read the smallest line? After she done turned those little bifocals thing, I'm like, I'm reading them all now. Made me feel pretty good, like there's hope after all. Then I got that done, and I'm like, okay, now I need to schedule my dental appointment to go get my work completed so I can get the bridges I need. But every time I think about rescheduling it, I think about, oh, it's finna get cold. Oh, the snow gonna be up to him. Well, when the snow come up to here, I'm not going outside. Only way I do go outside to be in an emergency. And the emergency gonna have to be with me. It gonna have to be with me to go out in that booger bear. And I also had a dream of visiting Denver, Colorado. Y'all remember the show called Dynasty? You know, back then we have all kind of wishes when we little. And we grow up and get grown and forget all about we was once young. That's where I get that. So I iron my seams at the connection point, and you can't even really find that seam. Well, it's showing up in here. Okay, now I'm going to place right sides together. I just got to make sure that end is pretty even or it will not lay. Now, when I fold it like this to sew that seam in, I'm using a 1/4 inch, but this is only a 1 inch fold when I do this. And then using a 1/4 inch of that to put the seam in. I bet y'all saying now, why would somebody want to make something that small? I think small is real cute. It shows your work. It shows somebody worked hard for this, you know. That's what it tells me when I go to quilt shows and stuff and view quilts and be looking at the designs and patterns of how it was made. How my mind say it was made. Because my mind probably telling me it was made like that and it wasn't. But I love looking at the different quilt patterns. This last quilt show I went to, they had a quilt in there with the birds on it. And the birds was kind of risen up a little bit like a little pillar on the quilt. And I was like, oh my word. Whoever did that did a good job. Then they had the quilt around each and every bird. And I did have the opportunity of meeting Donna, I'm thinking. Is it Dana or Donna? She's the lady over Legit Quilt Kits. And she told me where to come in Indiana to take the classes, you know, for the Legit Quilt Kits. And I'm like, if I get an RV, I wouldn't mind taking a few of the classes, you know, before I go. And I have another good quilting friend. She's on Facebook as Julia Quiltoff. I love all her work. All of it. Every time I look at her projects and works, I'm like, now, she was down there quilting some hours, maybe some days on that quilt. I already told her when I can, I want to come take a couple of her classes. My thing is I do free motion quilting on this domestic machine here. And a lot of my designs I didn't have a pattern or anything to go by. I didn't have a what they call that thing? Pentagram, Panto. I didn't have a Panto or anything. I have to draw my designs out. Excuse me. I use one of these kind of pens and I draw my designs out. And when you mark with these, the mark will disappear after you iron it away, and it will disappear. But I got these pens off of Amazon, and I don't see the box. I forgot what they're called. But you can iron the mark away. It'll be gone. Let me see, can I check out my messages? I don't want to look over anybody. Emily says, I'm working on a baby quilt today. That is awesome. You know, that's what I should turn this into, but I made my strip so long. I mean, it's not a problem. I can always cut them down. Which is an amazing idea. Start small and see how it's going to look. I make sure these is laying together. And I'm watching my 1/4 inch seam allowance line too. That's pretty much why when I'm talking and sewing, I'm watching this here. I can't really look at the screen. Trying to keep everything in line. Eva has says I'm finishing up 2 quilts that I started. Okay, I did read that. Okay. I don't want to miss anybody comment, y'all. I don't ever try to be mean or rude to anyone on here. And I be trying to watch that because little simple stuff sometimes get tossed and twisted into being mean or to be evil towards somebody, and that's just simply not me. I would never try to intentionally hurt someone. All right. Got it sewn. I'm going to clip this white end off here. And I'm going to lay this one aside because I need quite a few. Me and my safety pin can turn them on the right side a little bit later. Okay. Let's try some of this brown. Ooh, look at that. Like a burnt orange. I love burnt orange. I was walking around telling my daughter one time I want my hair burnt orange. She said, Mama, do you hear yourself? Can y'all imagine what she told me? I can. Probably like, Mama, you half over, half 100 and want to walk around here with that in your head? Go ahead on. Tell me how you like it. I like that though. My kids will be brutally honest with me. I really like that. I mean, you can't help but to like it and respect it because they telling you the truth. All right. Let's put I'm gonna put this little orange looking fabric on here. This is so pretty to me, y'all. I don't know what color is showing up to y'all, but it looked like a burnt orange, kind of marbleized. And it is so pretty. I hope I don't walk in the store and find a whole boat of fabric, something like this, y'all. I'm gonna go nuts up in there. I ain't gonna want to leave the store unless the whole boat is going home with me. I know that's sad, but I really like burnt orange. I've been kind of incorporating orange in a lot of stuff I do. But this burnt orange, ooh wee. That burnt orange really, 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 really says, take me home. Oh, now. Whoa. Had to check my bobbin for a minute, y'all. I've been sewing and sewing, and I got to keep my eye on my bobbin. Eventually, I'm going to have to thread up some more. But when I start a project, I normally wind up about 10 or 15 bobbins. This time I didn't. I just did not. And these Juki machines, compared to the senior bobbins, these Juki machines hold so much more thread on their bobbins. And I really like that. Let me see. Donnell Stitchery says, I done my very first live stream this past Saturday. Wait a minute. Teaching how I make my fuzzy sock stuffed kitten. Oh, I was so nervous. Thankful people in the chat kept me in mind. LOL. You know what? I'm gonna have to check out your channel, Donnell Stitchery. I'm gonna have to check it out. I remember seeing something about the kitten pop up, and I'm glad you was encouraged to start recording, making your first video, because you doing it for yourself. Do it for yourself first, first of all, because when you're doing it for yourself, you're creating a database of how you created certain projects. And when I first started, I started out just putting my videos and recordings on Facebook. And then I was thinking, like, it's hard to find a video on Facebook. You got to go down your timeline and do this and jump through a hula hoop to find it. And I said, I need something better. And it was brought to my attention about YouTube, and I checked out YouTube, and I liked it, YouTube, and I began from there. And after I began making my videos and posting them and sharing them to YouTube, I started finding other quilters and other people, that love to do the same thing I do. And I thought that was just so amazing. And that was almost 10 years ago. It's just so amazing to find somebody else that love to do the same thing you do. Then you learn and discover new equipment and new different machineries and stuff that other people have and can use. And you had probably some of it I hadn't even heard of before. I was just glad, you know, because this is what I love to do. This is what I grew up doing. This is like part of my heritage. One time we was in the house sitting around a bed or sofas or something, you know, quilting. And it was all done by hand. Only very few was blessed to have that machine that didn't run by electric. Y'all know the foot pedal machine? I have sewn on one of those before too. And they sew so good. My sister-in-law had one. She was blessed with one. And she allowed me to sew on it. It had a leather belt on it at the time. And it had the big wheel on the end. And it had the foot pedal. I don't know if she still have that machine or did she leave it behind or just give up on it or what. But those are some amazing machines. If I find one like that, I'm going to toot my horn and be like, uh-oh, it's over. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to want everybody in my family to learn how to sew on it. Those are just that important to me. Um, let me see. Donnell, that's it. Donnell Stitchery. Everyone in the chat or watching this video, y'all please look up Donnell Stitchery and go subscribe to his channel. Give him the thumbs up and keep watching for what he have to share with us. I think I'm already subscribed to his channel. But y'all go on subscribe to his channel as well. Give him the thumbs up. Let's support one another. It don't matter if I got 2 subscribers. If I got 2, y'all please go and support him. A lot of us come from different walks of life with different backgrounds that loves to create and do different things. And I really like that. And that's why it's so good to connect with one another on YouTube too. Because YouTube got it now where you can add, let me see, you can add another person into your live screen, like sharing a live together. And I really like that. I know Zoom, everybody can get on a Zoom, be in one of those Zoom waiting rooms, and that is awesome. Okay, how much I got here? Ooh, this is long. I might have made this one too long, y'all, running my mouth. Let me get it sewed up. I'm going to run out of bobbin thread again in a little bit. Y'all see that I get it lined up and it ain't about 1 inch. You can't see that table, but it's 1 inch. Then I just sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance. trying to make sure the ends is in there, and I bag up 1 or 2 stitches to back tack, kind of tack it down so my threads won't just unravel real easy. And when I'm sewing, y'all, I press my seams open. It's just a habit of mine. I like how it feels when I press my seams open and iron them. Well, pressing is pressing. But get them pressed open and they'll lay flat. My reason for doing it, so when I'm quilting them, I don't have that bulk thickness in the middle from pressing the seam to one side or the other side. I just know everything is equally because I pressed it open. And any tension on that seam won't make it ravel or loose. I share a lot of my tricks and stuff I use with my viewers too. Like stuff I use to make quilts, even like my cone spool of thread on my domestic. I know I've shared this a few times on my channel, but I can't get it to come loose. Okay, let's see. There. I use this big cone of thread on my sewing machine. I use cone thread, but to make it fit and stay up there, I take a smaller spool and I inset it in the bottom of my cone of thread, and then it'll hold my thread on my spool for my domestic. If I'm quilting and I have my bobbins already threaded up, I'm good to go. Say if I have a large quilt, I got the quilt up on this domestic and I have a lot of quilting to do. I'm going to go on and I'm going to thread up me about 30 or 40 bobbins. I have to go ahead and thread them up, and I have those to put in the bobbin, and I put my cone on top. So I got a long way to go if I don't break a needle. And I just sew, which I got a project over here I'm working on. The quilt, I have to quilt up doing the feathers in the circle. I just take my time and do it because if I want it to look good, I'm gonna put the work in. And I use some of everything, y'all. I might have showed y'all, but I don't even have it in here. On these feather spools, I use a plate, one of those little plastic plates from the kitchen. Not a paper plate, a plastic one like Dollar Tree plate or something like that. I take that plate and I use that plate and I draw my design using those what we call those friction pen. Nope. This pen here, I forgot what we call them. Oh, somebody help me out. Hi, L Chime. She said, hello, everyone. Hi, TJ Crawling. She said, hey, Miss Ellen, I'm so happy to see you today. I'm happy to see you in live chat, too. Thanks for coming. L Chimes also said, hi, Miss Ellen, how are you? Glad to see you. I've been busy taking different types of classes and finishing sewing my first gourmet garment today. That's awesome, L Chime. That is so awesome. I'm so happy for you. I am so happy for you. That is awesome. And Danielle says, oh, he's speaking. Okay. Okay. I'm glad y'all could join me. I'm wondering how these classes coming for you, L Time. That is super, super awesome. The only reason I don't have to go back and take classes like that because I took 2 years, y'all, of home economics and sewing. 2 years. That's in high school. My goal for doing it like that, I would have took 3 years if that was a third year. But my plans for doing that when I was young, I wanted to be a fashion designer. Design clothes and coats and jackets or whatever. Excuse me, y'all. Let me take some Mountain Dew. I'm sorry I ain't explain this to y'all. Y'all know I'm a diabetic, right? And I'm drinking Mountain Dew, but the thing is, I can't eat. I ain't been able to hold much on my stomach without getting sick. So I just drink Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew give me the energy I need. And I don't know why, but it give me the little energy I need. It kind of do me like when I eat Chinese egg drop soup. It give me that extra energy. And I like it. I like getting that little extra boost so I can get the things done that I want to get done. I'm holding my fingers up here because my fingers help guide the fabric to keep it on the 1/4-inch seam allowance. And I don't have a guide. My fingers is my guide. Sometimes I use black permanent marker and I measure out my line with my teeth to a 1/4 inch and I just draw the black line down. And it kind of helps you stay on line too. Because I'm going to tell you, if y'all gonna follow anybody quilt pattern or do something that is quilted related, you're gonna really need to practice on staying on that 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now, when I get all of these ready, I'm gonna lay them out and I'm gonna pin them together. But then I'm gonna wait so I can show y'all the next step. And then again, I might have to just wait and let my daughter or somebody hold the camera for me while I get these together. I used to love to go outside in my backyard and do stuff. But today my weather is not so happy. The sky is spilling tears. I was hoping I can go and get my live done before it get too bad out there because when they get bad, my internet jump off. Yeah. So y'all getting to know Darnell Stitchery. Y'all hop on over, give him the thumbs up, subscribe to his channel. Or her, I think it's a he though. If I'm not forgetful, I think I watches his channel. I binge watch a lot of stuff, y'all. But I'm pretty sure y'all will like his channel. If that's who I think I'm talking to. Okay, I got another one done with some green and rusted orange and brown. That's gonna be very pretty. This is gonna be super scrappy. Oh, out some more. I gotta keep going. Now this is pretty. I want this one. Now that's with the fabric. Ain't that something? I have so many different colors scripts right here in this one bag, and I have another bag of scripts, y'all. I got like 2 bags from them. So do get out, y'all, and go to these quilt shows and check out. They have a room in the back. I forgot what they call that room, but they have a room in the back that sells used product or scrap fabric, sort of like have leftover scripts and stuff like this. And I ain't ashamed to tell nobody. Yep, I go buy it. I buy it. I be on it. And when I go to the quilt show, y'all, just how funny I am. Lying straight for the room. I be lying straight for the discount room. When I get through spending my money, what I got to spend back there, then I go look at the floor. What all the beautiful quilts they have on the floor. Who they was made by. Ooh, I like that burgundy. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. All these is with the fabric. Look at that. I mean, I ain't gonna need too many of those to go in a strip. Let me set this one down. I mean, when I first got this bag had some weight on it, y'all. It's still packed. And I left that sitting up there. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this burgundy strip, trim off my salvage with a little extra for crown piecing. And I'm going to take this blue with the burgundy in it here, and I'm going to trim off this salvage edge with a little extra for crown piecing. And put right sides together. And make more strips. These gonna make my blocks come out to be about 1 inch since I'm using 2.5-inch strips. And I'm gonna need an awful lot. Pressing these seams open. So when I make my little tube, I can turn it right side out without a problem. I'm just setting my little iron on it. Let it Press it flat. And I'm done. Nice little iron. I like that little iron too because if I needed to, I could use it with a power pack. And when I say a power pack, I'm talking about something like a Jackery or the what the thing? D-Walls I got. That little D-Walls I got is a small power pack. It's a 500-watt power pack, and you get them at Home Depot for like $199. And you can carry your sewing machine or a project with you while you on the go, whether you in your car, visiting out of town or something, and you can still create your project. I bought mine used though, so I got it a little bit cheaper, but I found where it come from, so I'm thinking about getting me another. But when I do get another, I need to get me a solar panel charge board so I can charge it up when I have used all the power. Let the sun charge it. I thought about getting a regular generator, and I might still get a regular generator. I just haven't made that complete decision just yet. But I do know if I decide to get a generator, I don't want one of those little small, tiny, low wattage generators. I want something I can use if I need to hook up 10 sewing machines. I can hook up 10 sewing machines. I don't have to have power. Just use what I got. And I can rig up some batteries too. I learned that with my brother too while driving tractor and stuff. I can hook up batteries to hold and harvest energy. Because when I was little, my brother was the one taught me how to take a car battery and connect it to a lamp. It might sound a little hard, but that ain't hard at all. You can take a car battery and charge it up, whether you're driving down the streets in the car with the battery in there, charge it up. Once it charge up, take the battery out, take it in the house or wherever you at, and hook your lamp to it. But the way we did it was we used the vice grip pliers. We used the pliers to vice grip the wire to the post. Now, if you don't have the kind of battery that has the post on it, you can still take the screw-in bolt nut. What that thing is. Trim this off. I left an extra piece hanging out to trim off. But yeah, you can hook it to the bolt and just bolt it in tight into the grooves that's in the battery for you to bolt it in. And I remember we had an outage. Our lights went out and we hooked up the light. Now, it didn't last no great long time, but it lasted long enough for us to see what was going on. We had lights in our house and we had neighbors come running. How y'all got lights? How y'all got lights? And we looking at one another. We around there looking at one another like, our lights is off. What you talking about? We just hooked up something else. And they was like, curious what we do, how we did it. And we was just kids or children, doing that then. While other children walking around playing house. Oh, you know what? I got to sew that clothes. I'm running my mouth, y'all. While other children run around playing and getting into stuff, we was being creative. We used to break down stuff, take little small engines and stuff. Take little small engines and hook them to different stuff and see would it work, how do it work. We used to play with magnetics. Back then we used to call them lodestones. We used to take the little magnet piece out of the speakers of a car vehicle speakers. It has that little round magnetic piece in it. We used to get that out of there. How we did it, I don't know. We used to build stuff. That's why I tell everybody, when I'm sewing and talking, I tell y'all, when I grew up, I was driving tractors. I was chopping in the garden, raising gardens. We had 3 truck patch. And we had one very large green patch where we would mix mustards and turnip seeds and just throw them out for them to grow. And they grew. All the birds didn't eat. Let me check my messages just a minute. Whoa. Okay. Greenland Quilter. Hello. Hello, Greenland Quilter. Say hello, everyone. Hello. How you doing, Greenland Quilter? How are you today? I'm so glad you can join me. I am sewing these scripts here. Actually, somebody might know what I'm finna do with these scripts, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all because I'm already working on it. Y'all see what I'm doing. My next video, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit more in detail. I am doing I call it basket weave, but I am weaving a quilt. And it takes a lot of strips to get them together before you start your weaving process. And by my strips being 2.5 inches, that breaks down my blocks, gonna make them like about 1 inch. And y'all know I love doing 1 inch poster stamps. And I'm gonna be sewing and working on these, getting me some strips ready. I have to check I have a calendar book, y'all. I have to write everything down because I forget. I be coming in wondering who's live today, what video I'm gonna watch. And I promise you, every time I say, okay, have a good evening. Every time, y'all excuse me on that, that was my daughter. Every time I'm gonna decide on watching something that is creative where I can grow my skills. That's good. I'm glad to be here too. That's awesome. Greenland Quilter said, well, what you gonna make? I'm making a quilt, but I'm gonna weave it. I'm gonna weave it with these leftover strips that I purchased from a quilt quilt show, where they have scraps and stuff in the back. Well, they have yardage too. It's just these was already cut, and they 2.5-inch strips, and they all stuck. I got a couple bags of these. I already stuck in a bag. I already cut. Can you see all that different colors? Can y'all see all that? Whole big old bag full. And I have another bag full. I'm just gonna sew them up and use them, weave it up. See how many tops I can get like this. I might can do a big one, have something left, go back and use it, make a baby quilt. It's just I pretty much use what I have, or when I purchase something like this, I don't pay full price. And then I love to teach others, so I'm trying to show y'all exactly how I'm going to do this. Now, just because I'm weaving it together to make a quilt, you can make so much more with it. You can make tote bags, you can make table runners, you can make tablecloths, you can make chair covers. You can just make a lot of different stuff. And then I'm using scraps. If you want to spend some money to do it, you can pick out your colors. Use the color of your living room or your dining room and go ahead and make you something, I really, really, really love putting these together. I really love helping others. And I sure enough love to join sew chats. When you sewing and chatting, I even love to share my space when I'm live. I don't mind, hooking up with somebody and we come live together, Spend some time sewing, doing what you love to do. Laughing and talking, having good conversations. Anytime I find a sew chat open, I try to get in there. Because I love to do it. I love to not just talk, but I love to listen to others. And then when I'm not doing that, I try to catch up on the other channels I watch. I have different quilters that I do watch. Whoa. Get that line it up right. Yay. Got another one down, guys. Y'all know it just take time to turn them right side out, right? So I have 3 or 4 sewn over there. And let me see. Oh, how long I been on here? Oh boy. I'm sorry. I've been on here a long time. So I'm going to let y'all go. I do enjoy y'all company, and y'all know I got a motor mouth on me, so, and I try to watch what come out this mouth. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all know without y'all, none of this would be possible. I wouldn't have anybody to talk to and share my dreams and my thoughts on sewing and quilting or even bag making. I do a lot of stuff. Pillows, bags, purses, tote, quilts. I do more quilts than anything, but I do the hair barrettes for the little girls. Don't forget about the barrettes. And I even got to where I started experiencing doing certain things with epoxy, but I use fabric and I epoxy my fabric. And when I do that, it makes whatever project I'm working on look like it's vinyl. And I was like, well, I wasn't expecting that to turn out like that, but it do. It makes it look very good. And thank y'all for coming. Do give me the thumbs up, y'all. Show y'all support for my channel. And I do love y'all. Stay blessed. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing so we can learn and grow together. I mean, this world is one big worldwide circle, and we can share the love everywhere. Nobody have to hold us back from sharing love, from sharing support, learning and teaching and talking and experience life with one another as we dream. I'm going to say bye now. Y'all have a good evening. Bye. Oh, I left my email in the description of this video. Anybody have any questions, any contact? Y'all can email me. I'll get it. I will respond. Stay blessed. Bye now. Before I go, Greenland Quilter said, hey, maybe you and I can do a collab in the future. Yes, I love that, Greenland. Just email me. Thank you. Okay, bye now.